Stay in your lane. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you here in just a few minutes. But first, welcome to the Daily Voiceover Huddle. My name is Mike Hathcote. I'm a full-time voice talent and voiceover coach and author of the book, The Voiceover Blueprint. Your beginner's guide to voiceover teaches you everything you need to know about getting into the voiceover industry. You can get this for less than $10 in the description below. Digital download as well as the audiobook and 4 free gifts. Don't forget to chime in on the chat. We're going to do some shout outs here just in a few minutes and let everybody know where you're watching from. And of course, the best way to support this channel is to like and subscribe and to share and hit the notification bell so that you get this content as quickly as you can. The voice or the TV affiliate bootcamp is less than a week away. That's where we're going to show you everything you know, or everything we know, or Aaron Bradley knows about the TV affiliate space in voiceover and how you can generate reliable monthly income by getting under contract with these TV stations to be a CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, the voice of those local TV stations. So link in the description on that as well. You can watch the interview that I did with Aaron, where we talk about in great detail all the different things you're going to get as a part of this boot camp. So check that out. All right, let's talk about staying in your lane. And what do I mean by that? Well, know what your strengths are, know what you're good at, and also know what you're not so good at, where maybe you got some areas of opportunity. I hate to say weaknesses, but what you're not quite good at. And go after the jobs that you know you are going to do well at. For instance, here's an example. I know that I'm not a great character voiceover guy. I can't do a lot of different characters and that kind of thing, which is one of the reasons I don't do a lot of audiobooks. It's also one of the reasons why when I get an audition that calls for, a specific kind of character voice, I don't waste my time, because I know there are people out there who are much better at that and are going to be more likely to get that job. So I just skip it. If something comes up and, an explainer, an e-learning, whiteboard commercial, IVR, podcast intros, those kinds of things, then I'm all over it. But when it comes to character work or, maybe video games or animation, not so much. So know what you're good at, go after those jobs. And when you come across something where you're like, I don't know, I'm not really that great, then just don't waste your time, and don't waste the listener's time too. It goes both ways. Not only is it a time saver for you by not having to spend the time to do the audition, and then whatever time you spend following up afterwards, it wastes their time. If you're not that great at doing character voices, like I'm not going to record an audition just for them to go next. That's just wasting their time as well. So save your time, save their time, and skip it, and just go after the ones that you think you're going to have the best chance of getting. Another thing, this is actually will save you money. What do you mean, Mike? Well, I'll tell you. On some sites like Upwork, for example, you have to spend credits, or they're called connects, to apply for jobs. And those connects cost money. They give you a certain allotment of them every month, but if you want extra ones, say you run out of those ones that they give you and you want extra connects, you have to pay for those connects, and you have to spend those connects to apply for these jobs. So you're actually, when you apply for jobs that you don't feel like you've got any chance of getting, you're just throwing that money away, even if it's just a few cents. I think those connects are like 15 cents a piece. I don't know. It's been years since I've used connects on there, but they cost a little bit of money. So if you're spending those connects to apply for those positions or those jobs, and you're not going to have any chance of getting those jobs, then just don't throw that money away. So not only will it save you time, but it'll also save you cash. So stay in your lane. That's today's lesson. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat, And let's see who's in today and where you're watching from. Good morning, Ron from Grand Haven, Michigan. He's first in today. Good to see you there. And then there's Mark from Montreal. Hello, hello. And there's Sean from Longview. And Hamilton, Ontario's in the house. David Brumfield, so welcome to you. And there's old Grady from Ithaca, New York, getting those yards mowed. By the way, Grady, here's a little tip for you, and you probably already have seen this, but I follow this guy who is a lawn care guy on um, Facebook who posts these reels where I think once a week he goes around and he does a free job for someone um, who really needs their yard taken care of. You know, maybe it's an abandoned house or an elderly, person who can't afford to or doesn't, can't do it themselves. He just offers to do it for free, and he films it so that he can show the transformation. And man, it is not only is it just really kind of inspiring to see what this guy can do, um, but it's also kind of cool just to see there's kind of an ASMR effect to it where, if you watch it for long enough, it just becomes very relaxing and you can kind of see the transition from before and after. But it's doing really well for his business because, these videos go viral because of the transformation. And so he just gets more eyeballs just by doing this one free job every week or so. So I don't know. You've probably already seen that, but I thought that was pretty cool. Happy and joyful from Florida. Good to see you here. And there's Tracy from Rochester, Minnesota. Hello, hello. Nephi from Knoxville is in the house. Good to see you on here. And there's Theo from downtown Chi-Town, also known as Chicago. And there's Andrew from Latvia. Good morning to you. Terry says, good afternoon from Fallston, Maryland. My swimming coach used to say the same thing. Oh, all right, Terry. I'm going to give you a pass on that one, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Staying in your lane, right? I guess you could also say my driver's ed coach used to tell me the same thing too, but that's a good one. Thanks, Terry. There's Dennis from Grant Park, Illinois. And there's Nancy from Yankton, South Dakota. Hello, Johnny from Florida checking in. Good to see you on here. Good afternoon to you. And there's Austin from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Spent quite a bit of time down there. Used to work for a company called Burroughs and Chapin, and they are based out of Myrtle Beach. They own all of well, not all of, but they're a big amusement park company, and they used to own some skate parks that I used to run. So spent a lot of time down in Myrtle Beach. There's Kirk. Good afternoon from Greenville, South Carolina. Reading Time with Poppy says, good morning from Utah. Good morning to you. And there's Dennis from Pasadena, California. Good morning. And there's Alan from Philly. He beat me to it. See, he says, sounds like it's what I shout at other drivers on the 76. Stay in your lane. Just no road rage. Keith says, hi, Matt. I don't know who Matt is, but I'm sure you just meant Mike. Are there YouTube videos that you can suggest I use for practicing explainer and e-learning scripts? Okay. So e-learning scripts are hard to find on YouTube because most e-learning scripts are internal only, proprietary info that only the people inside the company get to see. So you really will have a hard time finding e-learning on YouTube, but explainer videos, that can be most anything. Just do a search for whiteboard videos. And a whiteboard is just what it sounds like. It's those videos where there's a white background and there's a hand that's drawing things and the VO is explaining what the person is doing. That's called a whiteboard video. And I have several clients who specialize in those, and I've done quite a few of those, but Yeah, that's a whiteboard video. So that's basically the same as an explainer. So you can find a lot of those on YouTube. So just do a quick YouTube search for whiteboard video and you're going to get a ton of them. So you can use those as practice. Jason says, "Good morning from Kearney, Nebraska. Sorry." And there's Wayne from Port Orchard. Oh, okay. Good call. Sean says Upwork connects. You can get 100 connects for $16, right? So I guess that's 16 cents per connect. Is that right? 16 cents? No. What is that? My math ain't good. Anyway, $100 or 100 connects for 16 bucks. So they do cost, even though it's not a lot. They do cost. So spend your connects wisely. There's John from Denver. Good to see you on here. And happy Tuesday from Albion, Michigan, says Becky. There's Paris from Santa Clara, California. Paris, by the way, we just finished his narration demo and he posted it in the private Facebook group for the Blueprint. And it was really good. He got a lot of good feedback on it. So he's ready to rock and roll as far as his marketing goes. Now he's got a commercial demo and a narration demo that covers most of the bases when it comes to the VO work out there. Of course, there's a lot of other smaller niches out there like character work and other things, IVR and that kind of thing. But if you have a commercial demo and a narration demo that has things like medical and e-learning and those kinds of things in that demo, then you're basically covering most of the job pool in voiceover. So those two demos are the first two that you should start with if you're actually wanting to try to capitalize on the most jobs. Oh, Grady says he'll do a search for that guy. There's actually several ones that do it. I follow one specific guy, but and I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but um, yeah, I mean, he definitely does. I mean, he spends a day or two on these. These aren't small jobs. I mean, and these are really bad yards, but he's got all the equipment and he just, man, the transformations are just phenomenal. So he gets a lot of goodwill out of it, plus a lot of shares and likes and a lot of eyeballs on social media. Jason says, "Solid as always, play to your strengths. I struggle sometimes with straight reads, but if there is character work, it's like something inside me comes alive. Love character work." See, there you go. I hate character work because I don't feel like I'm that good at it. Jason loves it. So, um, takes all kinds, right? And by the way, here's a little sneak peek. We're going to be talking, we've got something coming up pretty cool about character work next month. So stay in the loop on that if you're interested in character work. Guy says, "Good morning from St. Louis. Good morning to you." And there's Austin. Oh, Austin says they own everything. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but okay. Um, there's Tim from Altoona. And Jason says, "Way to go, Paris," on his demo completion. And there's Charlie from Sparta, Wisconsin. Good to see you on here. Good morning. All right, we are at the bottom. Anybody else hopping on today? Anybody have any questions? It's hump day. And last week, last Wednesday, of course, Wednesdays are typically busy for me because I have several meetings as well as a webinar that we do for the Blueprint. But that webinar last Wednesday, I completely let it slip by me. I just got head down busy working on stuff and didn't see my calendar invite. I have a weekly webinar, which just is just Q&A for our Blueprint members, in addition to the one I do on Monday on marketing. And it's noon Pacific time. And I just got slammed and just blew right through it. First time I've ever missed a webinar. I can't believe that happened. But anyway, not going to happen today. I'm going to make sure of it. But that's coming up here in a couple hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. There's JJ from Minnesota. Andrew says, "I'm all ears about character work. I find myself reading lines in games." Yeah, there you go. And games are, I mean, obviously that is character work. Don't just, think about animation work, but character work can be in video games. It can actually be in commercial work, right? Um, think of any character, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. You I'm drawing a blank. Any kind of cartoon character, I don't know, the Lucky Charms guy, the leprechaun, right? That's a character. It's in commercials. That's a character job, That's one that I probably would not give it or would not try to go for because number 1, I can't do a good Irish accent and I can't sound like a leprechaun. So, but other people thrive with that kind of work. So, stay in your lane, go for what you're good at. Let's see. Keith says, "You're still doing." I don't know why you keep calling me Matt. My name is Mike. Says you're still doing narration videos. I need to get with you on that. Yeah, that is one of the many kinds of demos that I work on for people. Um, Narration demo, and the narration demo consists of these. Usually, it's an e-learning, a medical, corporate, um, a kids, and a documentary. Put all those in one narration demo because it kind of covers all of the main bases when it comes to narration work. And if you've got a narration demo, you can go put that in front of people who produce narration projects. And it's a little bit better than a commercial demo. A commercial demo is great. If that's all you have, you can still lead with that because it does show you have range. But when you get into narration, not only is the narration a little longer, the demo is a little longer than a commercial demo because it's the content, the subject matter is a little longer. It's usually about a minute 30, a minute 45 versus a commercial demo being about a minute to a minute 15. But yeah, we put all those different styles in there, and then that's a great way to go out and get narration work, which is very plentiful. And it pays pretty well too. Guy says, rebuilding my booth in an unfinished basement. Any suggestions such as double or triple wall with blankets? If you're building from scratch, meaning you're building the frame like, with lumber and sheetrock and the whole thing, then obviously the more walls, the better. I mean, if you can do triple, do triple. It's just going to keep more sound out. Um, if you're going to use blankets, only blankets, then of course, once again, the more of those you have, the better. Um, there are two things you need to worry about when you're building a booth or when you're setting up your booth. Keeping outside noise out and keeping the sound inside the booth dead. The deader, the better. Keep that phrase in mind. The deader, the better. That's where all this foam comes in. Knock down all the bounciness, the boxiness. So the more layers of whether it's blankets or the more layers of sheetrock or whatever, the more of that, the better to keep sound out. But to treat the space within, soft surfaces, the more the better. Those are the two kind of ways. And once again, I'm going to tease something else we got coming up next month. We're going to do something that's all about your booth. And that's going to be a really cool class. That's coming up next month as well. Okay. I think I've said my piece. So stay in your lane, everybody. Go after what you feel like you have the best chance of getting. Save your time, save your money, and your conversion rate will actually go up. The amount of bookings that you get because you're going after the things that you feel like you have the best shot. All right. I will see you all here tomorrow for Thursday edition of the Voiceover Huddle. Once again, my name is Mike Hathcote. Good to see you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.